Well, a group of homeowners in South Lake Tahoe is pushing back against a ballot measure that would cost some of them thousands of dollars a year.
News 4 Sophie Lincoln has been covering the Measure N, and has the latest details on the efforts to oppose it.
Ballot measure here in South Lake Tahoe would tax homeowners who aren't at their property for at least half the year, and now some of those homeowners are fighting back. Come November, South Lake Tahoe residents will have the option to vote on the vacancy tax measure. The tax does not include people who rent out their homes for more than half the year, only those whose homes are completely unoccupied for more than 183 days.
The city released an impartial analysis that estimated that Measure N would actually help us recover more than 1,500 full-time homes, which would have an added benefit of putting an extra $27 million into the local economy.
But some of the homeowners who would be impacted, like Dean Cimino, say the measure could have the opposite effect, likening it to the city's Measure T, which passed a few years ago, restricting vacation home rentals in residential areas.
According to some contractors that I know here in town, it decimated small businesses that relied on that reoccurring business. And we're afraid that Measure N is going to do the same.
But Cimino and other homeowners who live primarily out of town likely won't actually be able to vote on the measure.
The election code is actually very specific that it needs to be your legal domicile is where you can register to vote, and that's where you spend the majority of the year. So the Register of Voters has been tipped off that there have been cases of voter fraud, and they are pursuing that.
We can't vote on it. We're subject to a tax, a penalty by the city council on a measure we can't vote on.
Despite not being able to vote themselves, Cimino and a group of other homeowners are spreading the word ahead of Election Day, and they say they will continue to fight the measure even if it does pass. Measure N is set to appear on the November ballot for the general election this year. Reporting in South Lake Tahoe, Sophie Lincoln.